Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chrysler Arena as the Michigan Wolverines take on the UCLA Bruins in the semifinals of the WNIT women's tournament. My name is Brett Graham alongside Emily Herrard. We are moments away from getting started here in the first April game in this program's history. But first, let me turn it over to you, Emily. What does this mean for the Michigan program?
This game is huge. The tournament is huge for the Wolverines. They have not had much success in the postseason. This is their second time in the semifinals of the WNIT, and they've only gone to the NCAA tournament a couple times. The farthest they have gone is the second round. So the Michigan Wolverines women's basketball team would love to hang a banner in Chrysler Arena.
Yeah, there are three teams who play here: the men's basketball team, the women's basketball team, and women's gymnastics. Women's basketball being the only team not represented by these banners around the top of Chrysler Arena. We are done with the anthem, the national anthem here at Chrysler, and ready to get underway here in beautiful Ann Arbor. Some stars on both sides of the court. An excellent debuts, obviously, for both teams. What are you looking for very quickly, Emily, from Michigan?
Well, for Michigan, if you're going to look for a big game from the seniors, Saisha Gorey and Nicole Emblad. They had great games, both scoring in double figures the last game. So you expect to see good things from them, as well as the freshman Caitlin Flaherty. Well, hopefully she can get going from behind the three-point line. She hasn't been too good in the past two games, but she can light up very quickly.
We have seen some three-point production from several different players for this Michigan Wolverines team, and you're right. We're gonna need to see a lot from Flaherty tonight. Tip-off is going to be Goree up against Liana Lavulo of UCLA, and Michigan's going to take it up top. Sierra Thompson at the top of the key. She's going to find Smith over on the corner beyond the arc. Back to Sierra Thompson. A lot of movement, a lot of picks being set by Michigan, especially down low by Saisha Goree. Now it's going to be number 20, Danielle Williams, up top. Back down to 14, Nicole Elmblad. She's going to take the baseline. She's going to have a kind of a haphazard pass, but that's going to find Goree. It's going to be shot and missed, but rebounded, and it was gotten off before the shot clock, so Michigan will maintain possession. Sierra Thompson now. Back over to Shannon Smith. Shannon Smith way up top over to Goree, and it's going to go off Goree's elbow and out of bounds, UCLA ball.
It was a sloppy play on offense that whole series, but Emblad had a great offensive rebound, showing her hustle as usual.
It's going to be brought up with a little bit of a pressure defense coming from Michigan. It's going to be brought up by number 3, that's Jordan Canada. And she's going to work it at the top of the key. Number 2, Carrie Corver, trying to set a pick for her, get her a little bit of room to work with, but nothing doing. She's going to stay up top, and that's going to hand inside from Sierra Thompson. And ball to Michigan.
Yes, shot clock violation.
A whistle blown, a shot clock violation, and Kim Barnes-Arico, head coach for Michigan, seems pretty happy with how her team looks early on. Now Shannon Smith with kind of a contested pass. That's going to go back over to Smith, who's going to drive and then pop back out. Drives again. She's going to find Goree. Goree for 2, and Michigan's on the board. Press from Smith and Elmblad as, once again, Canada brings it down for the Bruins. Not a lot of offensive production from the Bruins as a shot goes up and clunks around a little bit and is rebounded by Michigan. Sierra Thompson's going to bring it down the other side. She's going to shoot it, and it's going to miss. Saisha Goree gets the rebound, and it's passed around the arc a little bit. Another 3 attempted, this time from Flaherty, but still no good. UCLA ball. Canada brings it down with a healthy gait. She's going to drive and pop up, and she's going to find number 34, that's Corinne Costa. Oh, excuse me, that's number 13, Liana Lavulo, for 2. 17 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this first half. Shannon Smith with the ball for Michigan at the top of the key. She's going to find Sierra Thompson down towards the baseline. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sierra Thompson's going to put it up. No good. Reaching for a rebound from Saisha Goree, but no good. Number 21 now, Nira Fields for UCLA. She's going to drive all the way, but it's going to rim out on her. That's number 2 now, Carrie Corver, with a short little jumper for 2, and UCLA takes the lead. Sierra Thompson, a fast-paced game being played by both teams right now. Sierra Thompson is going to loft it over up to Saisha Goree, who's going to have an easy 2. Goree averaging 13 points per game this season, and a double-double machine at that. That's going to be driven now from number 3, Jordan Canada for UCLA, and now it's 6-4 UCLA.
Michigan was caught standing on that last defensive outing.
Sierra Thompson, now she's going to find number 5, that's Shannon Smith. Saisha Goree up by the free throw line now. Sierra Thompson's going to drive with 8 seconds left on the shot clock, but she's going to be caught up in traffic. She's going to have 4 seconds to shoot it. She does, and again, it's rebounded by Goree. A lot of offensive time, a lot of possession time for Michigan thus far.
Yeah, kind of wild offense.
Yeah, definitely some poor shots in terms of shot choice by Sierra Thompson thus far. 10 seconds again on the shot clock, and there was that a kick ball called?
It looked like it. Shannon Smith trying to get the ball to Saisha Goree, the only scorer for Michigan currently.
Yeah, and that's going to bring us to a little bit of a pause in the action right now, and ball's going to stay for Michigan with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Real early. We only have about 4 minutes to play, but what do you see right now, Emily?
Well, it's good that Michigan has a lot of energy right now, but they seem a little frantic on offense, so it's important to keep the energy, but also control it because, like you said, Sierra Thompson's shot selections on offense have not been very good. Michigan's only shooting 22% right now to UCLA's 60%. Like you said, it's only been 4 minutes of play, so we can't say too much.
Both big shooting teams, Michigan and UCLA. Michigan more so, though, with a 43.5 field goal percentage as a team on the year. Very impressive numbers from the Wolverines thus far. And those are the kind of numbers that you saw in terms of their last few games at Southern Mississippi versus Missouri and at Toledo with 70 and 69 points each time.
And also in the last game, Michigan had 5 players in double figures, including Nicole Emblad with 14, Saisha Goree with 15, Flaherty with 10. So it's overall team effort for Michigan.
Absolutely. And Kim Barnes-Rico has been credited and has been talking about how much she relies on this balanced attack, this balanced offense that they have. Yeah, they have Flaherty from outside, and they have several different weapons. They have Sierra Thompson, who's kind of caught the short-range jumper, but they also have Goree, who is the big, in the paint player. So that's definitely going to be a challenge for Corey Close's squad and for the Bruins all night, is to know where exactly the ball is coming from and where Michigan is hot. We're going to return to action now. And Shannon Smith is going to have the inbound from right under the basket. She's going to find Goree. Goree's going to have some trouble. She's going to maneuver with number 34. That's Corinne Costa. No good, and it's going to be rebounded by Elmblad. A foul called. I believe that was on number 34, Corinne Costa.
She's been a strong presence in the post on defense so far this game, kind of deterring the guards from driving the basket.
Absolutely, and Shannon Smith now at the line. And the first one's going to be good. A substitution made, and number 11, Lizana Drummer, coming in for UCLA. You can count them both. The score is 6-6. Jordan Canada now with the ball. She's going to have a long, that was like a football pass down because Michigan was kind of slow getting back on defense, but no offensive looks there. Canada is going to once again have the ball at the top of the key. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Canada working around Shannon Smith. Number 2, Casey Korber. She's going to have the 3 ball. And now Michigan's turn to try to answer to that. Sierra Thompson, the sophomore from California. She's going to bring the ball down. She's going to find Elmblad, who's guarded by number 3. That's Canada. Thompson again, now on the right wing. She's going to find Flaherty, who's going to kind of bob and weave through traffic. She's going to end up finding number 14, Elmblad, who has the short jumper for 2. Another long pass from Canada. This time she finds number 23, Kelly Hayes, for UCLA. But again, good transition defense from Michigan, not letting that fast break get to them, and using a lot of shot clock. We're inside 10 seconds now for the Bruins. And that's going to be number 11 now for the Bruins. Lejana Drummer, who's going to have to drive, but nothing doing. And it's going to go Michigan's way. The score is 9-8 now here at Chrysler with 14 minutes left to go in the first half. Number 1, Madison Rostowski, the junior, is going to bring it down for Michigan. Some fancy ball handling up at the top of the key, and she's going to find Smith. Some baseline work now from Flaherty and Goree. Rostowski again, she's going to drive, and she's going to find Goree. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Now it's going to go back to Flaherty. Flaherty's going to go up and in for the layup. No good. Goree hustling for the rebound, but it's going to end up going out of bounds, and ball is to the Bruins.
Although that layup didn't go in, it's good to see Flaherty driving the basket, because sometimes you see her focusing too much on the three-pointers, even though they're not falling.
Absolutely, and she definitely went into some traffic there. The star freshman for Michigan going up against a team of star freshmen from UCLA. UCLA is going to have a kind of an open lane to work with there, and that was a shot from Lejana Drummer, but no good. A foul called on number 22, Saisha Goree, and now we're going to see Lejana Drummer on the line, the freshman from Inglewood, California. Freshmen as a class lead UCLA in points, in rebounds, in minutes played, and assists. A team of youngsters, as Lejana Drummer makes her first. And the second one is going to not fall for her. And now a transition offense now from Shannon Smith, whose pass to Saisha Goree kind of got jumbled and lost. Now all of a sudden it's Kelly Hayes, number 23, all the way back. But a foul called as she goes up, and it's going to go towards Michigan. Going to go for Michigan.
Shannon Smith looks a little shaken up right now after that last play where she probably wanted a foul, but it looked like UCLA had their hands up the whole time.
Some tight defense from both as Elmblad's going to inbound it, and she's going to find Rostowski. Rostowski facing some half-court defense. And she's going to work it out to the elbow. Danielle Williams. They're wearing similar headbands today. Is going to find Shannon Smith, who's then going to drive. She's going to have a short jumper, missed. And a rebound by Danielle Williams. And the shot clock resets for Michigan. Flaherty now looking for some help. She's going to drive, and she's going to find Shannon Smith. Shannon Smith, another miss. And Jordan Canada is going to have the rebound, bringing it back down. Very fast pace for the Bruins. Kelly Hayes up and in for a layup for 2. Kind of a sloppy pass from Flaherty as Michigan brings it down to the other end of the court. Saisha Goree is going to have it under the basket, and then she's going to find Danielle Williams. Flaherty is going to go up and get just absolutely rejected from number 25, Monique Billings from UCLA, and a timeout called.
Right now, Michigan's being too obvious with their plays. UCLA knew that Flaherty was going to drive all the way to the basket, and just there on her pass, Rostovsky you could tell where she was going to throw that pass right to Flaherty, and it was knocked out of bounds by UCLA. So they need to be more careful with the ball.
Rostovsky inbounds the ball to number 3, Flaherty. And then that's going to be Danielle Williams up and in with a quick drive for 2, 12-10 UCLA. Now it's going to be Madeline Poteet, the senior, bringing it down for UCLA, and she's going to find number 21, Nira Fields. A long 3 from the Bruins, but nothing doing, and Flaherty is going to be in a mad scramble to chase down the ball. She flew into the sideline there, almost into her opposing head coach, and high fives all around from Kim Barnes-Arico as her team moves towards the bench.
Yeah, there's been great efforts from both teams, as we just saw, running after the loose ball, and that's what the semifinals is all about. It's just hustle and heart, and it's a big game for Michigan seniors. It might be their last game, so they're going to go out there and play with the most hustle they've ever played with.
This has been a very historic and interesting season for the Michigan women's basketball team. They have set school records in field goals attempted, points scored with 2,381, and assists. And their record for steals, right now at 300, is second best in school history. So seniors in Saisha Gori and Nicole Elmblad and Shannon Smith definitely going out with a bang. Definitely going out with kind of an impressive season, to say the least.
For sure. And even though Michigan's going to miss them next year, but Kim Barnes-Arico is going to do a good job recruiting, and there will be a good incoming freshman class next year. So this is good momentum for the Wolverines to have for next season.
One storyline we have yet to mention, and I'm very excited for when it happens, is that Michigan's own Danielle Williams, the sophomore, has a twin sister who, you guessed it, plays for the UCLA Bruins. And this is the first time they will be playing against each other in live action college basketball. So we will be waiting with bated breath as Dominique Williams, the 5'8" sophomore, sits on the bench and hopefully gets a go tonight for the Bruins. Some sibling rivalry.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting for them after they played AAU basketball, high school basketball all together throughout their years. It's going to definitely be strange to face a sibling, and I wonder who the parents are rooting for tonight.
I think this is one of those situations where, maybe mom wears a Michigan jersey and dad wears a UCLA jersey and everybody goes home happy.
Exactly.
And then, so definitely, beyond just AAU basketball, driveway basketball, I think each one of these players knows exactly how the other one operates. So I'm hoping we see some time, and speak of the devil, they are both on the floor now, both wearing number 20, actually, funnily enough.
And guarding each other, or they were.
They were guarding each other for a moment there, maybe throwing some elbows later. As that's going to be Shannon Smith and Sierra Thompson working around the top of the key. Danielle Williams now guarded by number 22, Madeline Poteet. And that's going to be a 3 shot up by Caitlin Flaherty, giving Michigan its first lead in a while, 13-12.
Very glad to see that one drop. She hasn't hit a 3 in a couple games.
This is going to be Poteet now for the UCLA Bruins with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. She's going to have some strong defensive coverage in the lane, and when she passed it to number 11, Lejana Drummer, it's going to stay with UCLA. It's going to be a foul on the freshman, number 11 for Michigan, Jillian Dunston. This is the first we're seeing of her tonight. Inbound from Poteet. Across to Costa, who's going to miss it. And it's going to be rebounded by Sierra Thompson, who gets fouled. Oh, I'm sorry, Danielle Williams who gets fouled. I tell you what, those headbands.
I know.
They were in the same headband. We'll have a talk at halftime.
Tell them to put on a yellow headband. One put on a blue headband.
Well, Mays, Emily, Mays. And an inbound to Poteet from UCLA. She's going to find number 2, Carrie Corver, who's going to go up and miss it. Sierra Thompson now, and I'm sure it's Sierra Thompson, bringing it down for Michigan. Caitlin Flaherty at the baseline. She's going to pass it back to Thompson. Now it's Danielle Williams over on the side. Flaherty is going to find Goree. Goes up. Knocked away by number 34, the senior Corinne Costa. 11 seconds on the shot clock, and it's going to stay with the Wolverines.
I believe that is Costa's second block of the game. She's been very active down low on defense.
She leads the team in blocks this year. She's got 50 thus far.
She is 6'4", so a strong presence.
Absolutely. Sierra Thompson now, 7 seconds, 6 seconds left on the shot clock. She's going to find Elmblad, who's going to drive on the baseline with not much time. It's going to be rejected by number 20. That's Williams for UCLA, not her own teammate. And some booing and some jeers with a little bit of a trip up as UCLA brings it the other way, and no whistle. Now number 22, Poteet for UCLA. She's going to find in the lane number 20, Williams, who's going to get called with a travel. And now it's going to go back to Michigan. The score is 13-12 in Michigan's favor with 9 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in the first half.
Dominique Williams was a little excited to score against her sister's team on that possession.
I'd have to imagine. I'm as a twin myself, if I were playing college basketball in the Final Four of the WNIT with my brother, there would be no holes barred. Somebody would be going to the hospital. And now for Michigan, that's Sierra Thompson. She's going to try one for 3, but no good. Number 2, Carrie Corver for UCLA with the rebound. Corinne Costa, she has a pass intercepted, and now it's going to go all the way over to Caitlin Flaherty, who's going to find Goree, who drops 1 for 2 and is fouled.
That was a great pass by Flaherty. She had great court vision to see Goree coming up from behind, and strong finish by Goree to get the basket plus the foul.
A 7-0 run right now for Michigan over the last nearly 3 minutes. Scoring drought for UCLA for a little while now. Goree is going to miss her free throw, and it's going to go out of bounds off Nicole Elmblad. It's going to go to UCLA. Canada now, again with a little bit of pressure from this Michigan defense, and she's going to be called for a carry.
That was Williams again.
That was Williams with the carry, and Michigan is going to stay at this end of the court. Lots of time and lots of space to improve offensive production for the Wolverines thus far. They've spent most of their time on offense tonight. Sierra Thompson now, she's going to find a whole lot of rim, but no basket from 3. Canada now bringing it back down the other way for UCLA. She's going to try the baseline, but nothing doing. She's going to pass inside. She's going to find Williams, but Williams overshoots it, and now it's going back for Michigan. Shannon Smith is going to stop short and pull up for 2. 17-12 Michigan, and the fans here at Chrysler are on their feet. They are excited. I think this is as excited as we've seen them in a while, Emily.
Yeah,
what do you think?
They are very excited for these Wolverines, and so is Shannon Smith after that great pull-up jumper on the fast break. But as you said, Michigan can have more production on the offensive end. Sierra Thompson is 0 for 6 and 0 for 4 from the three-point line. So she's going to try to look to get the ball in down low a little more.
4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes from UCLA. UCLA, and we were talking about it beforehand, 17-18 was their record this year. Not really considered a threat in terms of early in the WNIT, but they had a really difficult, non-conference schedule, and they had a really difficult conference schedule in the Pac-12. What can you say about, how this contrasts with Michigan coming off of a tough Big Ten season?
Yeah, I think both teams are a little underestimated. Michigan got eliminated quickly in the Big Ten tournament against Michigan State. They got beaten soundly by Michigan State in the Big Ten, which wasn't good for them because they had swept them in the season series, which was the first time in a long time for the Wolverines. So that was a disappointment. So they came into this WNIT with a little chip on their shoulder. And on the other end, UCLA, like you said, their record wasn't necessarily the strongest, but they played great teams and they were able to stick through that. So they're a lot better team than they seem on paper.
Michigan leading in almost every category, though. Looking at our stat sheet right now, especially what I'm noting right now is the 6 turnovers we've seen already from UCLA and the 4 points off of turnovers that we've seen from Michigan. That's not necessarily something we've seen a lot this year, is Michigan as a big turnover team.
No, not at all. And it's good to see them pushing the fast break, and it's good to see the tough defense. They're pressing a little bit right now. That gets the other team a little panicked. But right now, Michigan's not shooting well. They're only shooting 30% from the field and 20% from long range.
Absolutely. 23 shots taking and only 7. As a quick, as we were speaking just then, the inbound from UCLA was intercepted by number 3, Caitlin Flaherty, and brought up for 2. So now it's 19-12 in favor of Michigan. UCLA now is going to respond, though, with number 2, Carrie Korver, with a 3 from the corner. 19-15 Michigan. Fast play from both sides. Hard to keep up with. Sierra Thompson now is going to find Shannon Smith. Shannon Smith into the lane. She's going to find Saisha Goree. Caitlin Flaherty, off of that pass, is going to have kind of a heartbreaker, a 3 that looked like it was going to fall and didn't. Number 11 now, Lejana Drummer for the Bruins, and is going to be called for a foul in the lane.
Goree lost her shoe on that play.
Yeah, but it's going to go. It's going to go to the Wolverines, and Saisha Goree is the first Wolverine to be running back the other way.
She is pumped up today, even though she hasn't grabbed all the rebounds. Her fingertips have touched almost every ball coming off the rim, so she is definitely a force to be reckoned with. She's
been an incredible presence, and now she's going to try her luck against Paulina Hersler, the Swedish freshman from UCLA. Sierra Thompson working it around the arc now. She's going to find Shannon Smith, who's going to find Saisha Goree. She finds Sierra Thompson. And back to the center to Goree, and Elmblad is found, goes up for a quick layup and 2, 21-15 with 7 minutes left.
Amazing ball movement there. 4 Wolverines touched it before Elmblad took the shot.
Absolutely. Fast-paced, smart passes, and a quick rebound at the other end is going to give the Wolverines some more offensive time. Shannon Smith right down the baseline. I'm sorry, Nicole Elmblad down the baseline, and she's going to get another quick 2. Number 21 for UCLA, Nira Fendish. She's going to put it up, but nothing doing. Kind of tipped off of Saisha Goree, and it's going to be Jordan Canada now as the shot clock has reset. Pauline Hersler, the Swedish freshman that I just mentioned, she's going to find number... Saisha Goree is going to find Shannon Smith. Shannon Smith out to Caitlin Flaherty, but that's going to be stolen by number 21, Nira Fields. That's going to be a quick transition 2 for Fields, the junior. Sierra Thompson bringing it back for Michigan. Shannon Smith now finds Saisha Goree in the paint. Nicole Elmblad, a shot that bounces off the backboard, and it's going to go the other way. Now UCLA seems to be controlling the tempo. Out to number 11, Lejana Drummer. And Canada now has just over 10 seconds to work with. She's going to find number 21, Nira Fields. Pauline Hersler now for 3.
She has an interesting shot, but it fell for her.
And the gap is closed. It's 23-22, but Michigan still leads. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Elmblad, she's going to find Sierra Thompson on the outside, who misses a 3. And Canada pushing the tempo again.
Sierra Thompson has yet to score tonight.
A very difficult pass that was somewhat intercepted and then run down by Sierra Thompson. I believe the call that I'm seeing from the official was that it was a carry, maybe from Hersler, who was kind of diving to try to save it. But it will go Michigan's way as some substitutions are made. And Rostovsky is back in the game for Michigan. Thompson to Flaherty. Now to Smith. Smith at the top of the key. Flaherty with some tough defensive play from Jordan Canada. And Nicole Elmblad is going to find some trouble going through the lane. She's going to be called for a traveling violation. And the ball goes to UCLA. Michigan electing not to do a press right now. Jordan Canada. Taking her time. Bringing the ball up. She's going to find number 11, Lejana Drummer. Some passes beyond the arc, around the arc rather, from the Bruins. And some tough defense for Michigan as the shot clock winds down. With 5 seconds left, it's going to be shot by number 21, Nira Fields, but nothing doing. So rebound from Danielle Williams. Rostovsky now. She's going to find Goree up and over for 2. Kind of lofted it, floated it up to Saisha Goree, and that's where Saisha Goree lives.
Exactly. She had her girl posted exactly how she wanted her.
Absolutely. Nira Fields now for UCLA. A quick pass inside, and I think a foul called on Michigan. Looked like Madison Rostovsky kind of got a body on her. And the teams will go to their sidelines now. We have some time. Who has the upper hand right now? Not looking at the scoreboard, which reads 25-22 Michigan.
Well, I still think it's Michigan just because of the energy they have, and both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. And right now, Shannon Smith is leading the Wolverines with 8 points. Saisha Goree has 3 rebounds, along with 8 points as well. So it's been a balanced attack for Michigan. They haven't gotten a whole lot out of their guard, Sierra Thompson, but she should start hitting it later in the game. So Michigan needs to continue their strong defense, as you say. They're sticking to their man. They're sometimes throwing in the press, which is working great for them.
Absolutely. But UCLA, as I said, a lot of energy, a lot of young players. Primarily who I'm looking at right now is Carrie Corver, the redshirt sophomore, who has 10 points, is leading the Bruins in terms of points with 10 and rebounds with 4. She hit double figures in 16 of the 35 games that she played this year. And she missed last season due to an ACL, but she has been an offensive asset, to say the least, for UCLA all season. In terms of Michigan's offense, what adjustments can you expect Kim Barnes-Arico to be making in this timeout right now?
Well, right now, their best shots are down low. They're not necessarily shooting great from three-point range. They're shooting actually 14%, so that's horrible. Yeah. But so they're going to be looking.
Don't sugarcoat it, Emily. Don't sugarcoat it.
There's no need. So they need to just drive the basket again. They've been finding their teammates cutting, so that's great. They'll continue with that. And then on the other side, UCLA's Nira Fields. Right now, she only has 4 points, but she has been a great force throughout this whole WNIT. So we're going to look to see if she starts to light it up a little bit.
One of the categories that I just looked up at on the jumbotron is that offensive rebounds for Michigan. They have been leading with 9, but in terms of defensive rebounds, kind of lagging behind UCLA. They are not limiting UCLA in terms of their offensive possession as the opposite holds true. Lejana Drummer now at the free throw line. She's going to make her first. Saisha Gori is going to come out real quick, as is Danielle Williams. Elmblad and Thompson now to replace them. Second free throw is going to be missed, and some baseline work now from 21 Nira Fields. Rebounded, though, by Sierra Thompson. 25-23 Michigan with 3 minutes left in the half. Nicole Elmblad with some fancy footwork against Madeline Poteet. Number 32 for the Michigan Wolverines. And that's going to be up and in from Mitchell, a name that we haven't seen much this season at all for Michigan, getting a few minutes to play. That's going to be a shot blocked by Madison Rostovsky on the other end as UCLA now has possession. Knocked out of bounds, and the inbound is going to be from Nira Fields. Substitutions again as Karina Mitchell goes out and Danielle Williams is back in. Only one Williams sister, though, on the court. Jordan Canada will find number 11. That's Lejana Drummer, who will go up for 2. And that's 27-25 Michigan. Sierra Thompson driving, decides against it, pops back out to Madison Rostovsky. Shannon Smith to Nicole Elmblad, working it around the arc, and UCLA coach Corey Close is having some very animated discussions with their player on the sideline as a foul is called. I believe that was a charge called.
Yeah, it looks like Rostovsky's feet got a little tangled up on her, and she lost control on the way up.
Just inside 2 minutes to go, and the ball will be taken across the timeline by Jordan Canada. Some quick passes beyond the arc, starting out for UCLA. A quick pass inside that nobody really saw coming, and that's going to be number 21 Nira Fields for a quick 2, and we're tied at 27. Sierra Thompson. Shannon Smith working it beyond the arc a little bit. Caitlin Flaherty now drives towards the baseline but decides against it. Passes back out to Williams to Elmblad, who's going to go up and make the 2. A lot of paint play there by both Williams and Elmblad. It was difficult to see which jersey was which. We are inside a minute here at Chrysler. Michigan leads by 2. But hold on. There's a quick 3-point jumper from number 2, Carrie Corver, for UCLA. And now they lead. 45 seconds left, 22 on the shot clock. And Sierra Thompson will take it for Michigan. Thompson will find Flaherty, who finds Smith. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. She drives, pops it out, and kind of a block almost from one of the UCLA players. And I believe the ball is going to be called a jump ball, and I think it's going to stay Michigan's possession with very, very little time left to go on the clock.
Yeah, Elmblad was just barreled into the UCLA's bench on that play. She will actually be shooting 1-on-1.
Yeah, Elmblad will be shooting 1-on-1. I did not see that call coming because our close referee had a jump ball sign going up. Maybe it was a 1-on-1 and it just looked like a jump ball. Wrong finger. Elmblad will make her first. We are tied here, 30-30, with just over 27 seconds left to go in the first half. Elmblad now again. She will make her second. She now has 8 points on the day, and very little time for the Bruins, and a press defense from Michigan. We are inside 20 seconds now. Jordan Canada with the ball. She's going to look around, assess her options. Near Fields now. Back to Canada, who's going to drive, put it up, and that's going to be a quick 2. Very little time left. Kind of a Hail Mary thrown up by Thompson. And that'll bring us to the half with UCLA at 32 and Michigan trailing right behind at 31. We are going to take a halftime break and come back to you. I'm Brett Graham for Emily Herrard. This is WCBN's coverage of Michigan women's basketball.